Now I'm going to discuss OTA, point-to-point protocol. In computer networking, point-to-point protocol is a data link layer communications protocol between two routes directly without an host or any other networking in between. It is mainly used to send data packets back and forth over links. In other words, if you need data as we send back and forth, it's point-to-point protocol. Usually it's allowing you to do it. And the question here is, what does PPP stands for? It's point-to-point protocol. As you can see here, this is the example of point-to-point protocol and how it actually works. Whatever you first start off, you are originally dead. So what you want to do first is, you want to establish a connection with another node that you want to connect to, and if you fail to connect to the next node, you are still dead. So you loop right back to where you are. But if you do actually establish a connection with the other, then you need to authenticate your connection. If you fail on the authentication, you actually give straight to terminate, which kills the connection, and then you go back to dead. But if you are able to authenticate connection, then you go to network, and here you are actually going to configure the connection between two nodes, and then after you configure, you go on to open and you can send data back and forth. And this continues on until it decides that if you are no longer needs to send this data. So it's going to terminate, and after it terminates, it again go back to the original state, which is a dead state. And the question here is, which of the following happens when the authentication step of configuration a point-to-point protocol link fails? And the answer is terminate. Here what you're gonna do is, you are sending this data back and forth, and it's going to be a fixed data set. It's going to be referring no matter if there's a new information or not. So it's just going to keep sending until the stop basically. And then there is one usual feature in point-to-point protocol. It is payload. That's actually snapped and scrambled each time. This is done basically so that you don't just keep sending with zeros. So if it's scrambled, you don't get these errors. So basically, point-to-point protocol works on IP routers. So here you can see the structure of the IP routers, which contains the IP address. Then the packet is sent to point-to-point protocol, and then again it is sent to the SONET, as you can see it in this figure. Basically, the framing mechanism distinguishes between occasional packets from the continuous bit stream. And the question here is, PPP runs on IP routers. Is it true or false? Yes, it is true.